Hi guys, I'm Josh Wade, IFBB Pro Bodybuilder, All Max Nutrition sponsored athlete, here at Dave Fisher's Powerhouse Gym in Torrance, California. Gonna take you through some training tips, some of my favorite exercises to do. All right guys, one of the newest products from All Max Nutrition is Impact Pump. Everybody knows I'm a huge Impact Igniter pre-workout fan. Impact Pump is very similar as far as the formulation, minus the caffeine. So it can be used as a pre-workout, non-stim pre-workout. Because I take Impact Igniter and I love it, I use Impact Pump as an intra-workout. So it's got an extra 6 grams of citrulline, agmatine. They added glycerol to maximize that muscle pump. So that's why I take it intra-workout, but it doesn't have the stimulants, doesn't have the caffeine that Impact Igniter has, so I'm not doubling up the caffeine. It also does not have the beta-alanine, which I get from Impact Igniter to help buffer lactic acid. So I'm not getting a double dose of the ingredients I don't want. So Impact Igniter pre, and then definitely the new Impact Pump Intra, and it is skin splitting pumps. Hey guys, today we're hitting hamstrings. I like to start most of my hamstring direct work with a seated leg curl. I like the controlled stretch. I like to be able to hit a hard, forceful contraction at the bottom. So the seated leg curl, I like to normally keep my rep range a little higher, especially on the first exercise. I like to keep it, upwards of 15 reps. I might start failing at about 12 reps towards the end, third or fourth set, where normally I'll start with a couple pre-exhaust or a couple warm-up sets, and then go into 4 working sets, anywhere from 15 to 12 rep range. I try to always squeeze the contraction at the bottom, control the negative, and then again, a hard change of direction, focusing on just bending the knees and contracting the hamstring at the bottom. After the seated leg curl, I like to move into a lying leg curl. The lying leg curl, I feel like you can get a good stretch at the bottom because it is the weight kind of pulling you down. So with the good warm-up from the seated leg curl, going into the lying leg curl, you can already feel the hamstrings are almost wanting to cramp. So the controlled tension on the way down, and then a hard bend of the knee to explode the weight and squeeze against the thighs at the top, I feel like is a good second exercise. Then I can really just focus on the hamstring curling the weight, controlling the resistance, and then again, always trying to get a forceful bend of the knee. I'm not trying to let my hips leave the pad. So I'm really letting the hamstring curl that weight up to the back of the thigh and then controlling the resistance. Lying leg curl is always a great second exercise after the hamstrings are already warmed up. For me, a great finishing exercise is either barbell or dumbbell stiff leg deadlifts. I primarily lean towards doing the barbell stiff leg deadlift because I feel like it's with a little wider hand position, it's a little bit more stable than individual dumbbells. But for me, after the hamstrings are already warmed up, they're kind of contracted, now I'm going to the stretching exercise. So with the stiff leg deadlift, it's not necessarily about the amount of weight that you're using because you don't want your lower back to take over. So I control the resistance, keeping about a 3-second descent. But the number one thing that's very important is kind of like a snap change of direction off the bottom to really activate the hamstrings. If you rise slowly, more than likely you're going to start activating the spinal erectors to erect you. So the two things, hamstrings or spinal erectors, will erect you. If you rise slowly, the lower back is going to take over. So if you change direction forcefully off the bottom, dig your heels into the ground, the hamstrings are going to rise you up so your lower back doesn't take it. And then again, control the descent so you really keep the hamstring under constant tension, and then explode off of your stretch position to really get the activation through the hamstrings and not the lower back. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Again, Josh Wade here, IFBB Pro, All Max Nutrition sponsored athlete. Got to give a big thanks to Muscular Development, musculardevelopment.com, and at Team All Max. Got to follow along. There's going to be continuous content being put out. Hopefully it helps you guys. Stay tuned. Josh Wade, out.